Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. I'm Tone and this is the life of a plus size designer. And since you guys went up so much for my last video, which was a story time about the time that Bay's wife tried to jump me, if you haven't seen it, go check that out. It's funny. Y'all need to go look at it. Go watch it, okay? And then come back and watch this one, okay? Okay, so I decided to do another story time for you guys. And this story time is the one and only time that I have ever been arrested. Child, they locked the bitch up, okay? They went on, took me on in, okay? So we gonna talk about that. But before we do, you know you gotta grab your wine. You gotta grab your J or whatever you need to you know, party and turn up to watch my video. Well, you don't need it to watch my video, but if you can turn up, why the fuck not? You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna give you a second to grab your wine, to grab your whatevers, to subscribe to the channel, give me a like. You know what I always say, don't comment quite yet because you ain't seen nothing yet. But make sure you leave a comment before you roll out. Okay, so let's get in. Wait, let me give y'all a second. Let me take a sip and give you a second. Okay, let's get into the story. If you have not watched the last video and was introduced to my sister is, she do things a little different. You know, she's about that life. Well, back then, she was about that life. She was in the, you know, she's that type of person. So, let's get into the story. So, like I said, this happened when in my late 20s. I was at my job and I was on the phone with Tina. Y'all know the bestie Tina. On the phone with Tina, and we was trying to figure out what we was gonna do. It was a Friday. We was trying to figure out what we was gonna do for the night, what we was gonna get into. So we was like, you know, it's a little chill night. Now at this time, we used to go out 4 or 5 days a week. We was out. So we was like, nah, let's just go to dinner. Let's do something chill. Let's go to dinner, whatever. So she like, all right, cool. So we going to dinner. I'm gonna bring Sue. I was like, okay. Sue is Tina's daughter, my baby girl. She's my bestie. And Sue at that age was so sweet. All she wanted to do was eat chicken and be friends. But, okay, so anyway. So, get home, get dressed. Tina comes over, Sue comes over, and we're about to leave and go to dinner. So, as we're going out the door, my sister's coming in, and she has her 2 friends with her. Okay, so let's call my sister friend number 1, let's call her Shelly. Sister friend number 2, let's call her, she really don't have any significance to the story, but she was there, so let's give her a name. Let's call her Kelly. Shelly and Kelly. So my sister walks in with Shelly and Kelly. She like, hey, where y'all going? So we like, oh, we're going to dinner. We about to go to dinner. She like, all right, cool, can we come? So we like, okay, again, refer to rule number 1. My sister, that type of person, so her friends are, you see where I'm going with this? So I was like, man. But then I said, okay, come on, let's go. So we all get to the restaurant. We sit down, we're a party of 6. We sit down, the waitress comes over, and from the very first meeting of the waitress, she is clearly racist. I don't throw the racist card around freely like that. You gotta show me some shit that like undeniably racist for me to call you racist. Because some people get misunderstood and some people are clearly racist. Let's just be honest. This bitch was racist. Okay, I'm gonna give y'all an example. We're sitting at the table, and you know how this was before Corona, so you could touch people and all that back then. So it wasn't no reason for that hoe to do this. So Sue touches her shoulder to get her attention. That bitch jumped 50 feet and was looking at that child like, you put your hands on? She was racist. Now, I understand you don't like black people. Maybe you might have been scared of black people. You might have been scared of a 6 party of black bitches. Okay, I'll give you that. But why was you scared of that 7-year-old? Like, You thought she was gonna jump you, or what was that about? Racist. That's what it was about. She gave us terrible, and then that's the thing. She was like 16. She was too young to have this mindset. And don't ask me why we continue to eat the meal there, because we were young and naive and didn't realize that you should not be spending your money on anybody who treats you like shit. That actually taught me that lesson. So now, from that day on, and even if you treating another motherfucker that's my same hue, some type of way, you're not going to get my coin. Period. That's the lesson I learned out of this. So anyway, we're eating throughout the meal. I mean, we eating our meal or whatever. We're talking, lollygagging, blah, 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 blah. She's still treating us like shit, but now we're not paying her any attention. You know, she never comes back to the table. You know, all the little, you know. So we decide to get the check. So I was like, okay, so I'm about to ask for the check. Y'all ready to go? Everybody like, yeah. Shelly says, well, let me go to the bathroom. So we like, okay, well, we about to pay the bill, this, and this. She did something, the waitress did something else. I don't know what, I can't remember what she did, but whatever she did made me say, you know what, I'm just going to pay the bill. Y'all pay me in the car. We got to get the hell out of here. So as soon as she dropped the check, I dropped my card down and was like, bitch, you can take that. Just get me out of here. So she comes back with the bill. We had already collectively at the table was like, we're not tipping this hoe. I wrote something petty on there like, bitch, stop being racist, you know, just to fuck with her. She was that bad, and I've never not left a tip. She was that bad. Shelly come back from the bathroom, the tip is paid, we leave. On the way home, we're talking about what happened, how she was, you know, being shady to us and shit. We talking about that, and Shelly's like, okay, well, can we stop at the liquor store? And I'm like, okay, cool. Shelly and Kelly go into the liquor store. They do their thing, get whatever they gonna get back in the car. Yeah, girl, because that was still messed up how she did us. We still talking on the way back to our apartment. So when we get to our apartment, we all chilling in the living room, whatever. So my sister gets on the computer, and they shopping and all of this. We talking, everybody drinking, whatever. So Shelly says, oh, can I order something to your house? Wait a minute. Hold on. Refer back to number one. Rule number one I told y'all. I know my sister, bitch, no. You cannot order nothing no. Absolutely not. You can't have nothing shipped to this motherfucker. No. The feds are, never mind. No, you can't, no. So she like, okay, cool, no problem, all right. This was Friday night, like I said. Everybody goes home. Tina like, I'm about to leave. Tina and Sue leave. Shelly and Kelly and my sister leave back out. I'm in the house. Okay, so the weekend goes by uneventful. Everything's everything. Monday I get to work. I'm pretend working as usual on a Monday morning like we all do. And around 11:30, my cell phone rings. And it's a number I don't recognize. So I'm like, hello? So I hear a man on the other end, and he's like, my name is Officer such and such from the Montgomery County Police Department. Is this Tone? So I was like, yeah. So he was like, okay, great. I have a warrant for your arrest. First of all, motherfucker, that's not great. But I have a warrant for your arrest. Did you want me to send the Prince George's County Police to your home or job? Or did you want to turn yourself into the Montgomery County Police Department? So I said, bitch, stop playing, laughed, and hung up. Because you can't be calling me for real. This can't be a real, it gotta be a nigga playing. Like, the police for me, if you know me, you know how ludicrous that is. Ain't no cops coming for me. You might have met my sister, but not for me. So somebody gotta be playing. Going about working. My phone rings again, same number. I answer the phone this time. Look, I told you stop playing on my phone. He says, this is not a game. This is Officer blah, blah, blah. And as I told you, we have a warrant for your arrest. Do you want to turn yourself in, or should we send the PG County cops to come get you? So from the tone of his voice, I think, was what made me say, to be honest with you, I honestly don't know what made me know he was serious, but I knew when he called back and said that, I knew he was serious. So I was like, what? Huh? That's how my voice was, all of that. Because panic had immediately set in, bitch. I was giving, what you know who? I said, so warrant for what? He said, I'm not at liberty to tell you that here, but I'll let you'll be charged. When you're charged, you'll hear your charges, and that's when you'll know what you're under arrest for. I also thought it was a joke because who knew that the police call you to tell you that you about to go to jail? When they started doing that? Well, hell, they did it in 2000 such and such. I'm going to tell you that. I said no, I'm going to turn myself in. Okay, so hang up the phone with him. He said, okay, I'll expect to see you within the hour. If I don't see you within the hour, I'm going to send the Prince George's County Police Department to your job or your home, and we will collect you there. Don't say collect me. Not collect me. Bitch, you going to see me. You ain't going to collect me. Not on my job. I need this job. Because this is a mistake. So you're not finna embarrass me on my job. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to embarrass me on my job on a mistake. So I'm going to turn myself in. Hang up the phone. Bust into tears. Now, by the time I hang up the phone with the officer, the waterworks is already going. I had my own office. I shut the door to the office. The waterworks are going. So I called Bay at the time and was like, because they said I was there, and they was there. He was like, I can't understand you. What? What's going on? Call your mama. Tell her to call me and tell me what you're saying. I can't understand. So, sir, fuck you. Hung up on him, called my mama. She like, are you sure they're not looking for your sister? Same shit I said. No, they said it was me, and I gotta get there. I gotta call you back. So immediately I hang up with my mother and jump in the car. On my way home, at the time, I literally worked around the corner from my house. So it only took me like 10 minutes to get home. In that 10 minutes, I came up with a whole plan. I can't wear this to jail. I gotta go change clothes for jail. I'm just gonna simply go up there and tell them this is a misunderstanding. You know, I'll probably get back to work around 2. Maybe I should tell my job I'll be back later. You know, I'm gonna take a long lunch because listen, this is gonna get straightened out, honey. This is not me. I just gotta go on there and tell them it's not me. Period. So, mind you, I've worked in medicine my whole adult career. So I had on scrubs. I decided that scrubs was not the best outfit to wear listen, I always been me. So that was not appropriate to wear to jail. Like, come on, girl, you coming in with scrubs, girl, they're gonna see. You need to change. So I went home, I put on a jean wrap skirt. Yes. I put on some high heel white mules with a cork heel. Yes. A white tee, jewelry, earrings, bracelets. She was going to talk to these folk. Swear to God, that's what my outfit was. I decided I had to change out of scrubs and tennis shoes and put on a jean wrap skirt, a tee, high heel mules, bracelets, earrings, the works. And by the time I get to my house, change, I told my sister what happened when I was walking through the door, so she was already on ready. And Tina was like, oh, bitch, I'm on my way. So we all get in the car. Me, Tina, and my sister, we get in the car on our way to Montgomery County Police Department. We get to the police department. This big white guy comes out. And he's like, I'm Officer such and such. We spoke on the phone. Put your hands behind your back. For what, sir? I just need to talk to you real quick. I need to be back at work by 2. And it's 12. So hands behind my back for what? Bitch, put your hands behind your back. He didn't say that, but he looked at me like he wanted to say, bitch, put your hands behind your back and stop playing. So I went on and put my hands behind my back. He cuffed me. He took me away. He told my sister and Tina that they could have a seat and wait for me. When, bitch, I don't know why you did that when you knew you was going to arrest me. So I don't know why you told them to wait, but whatever. He takes me back. It's like a set of 3 or 4 metal picnic table looking situation with round stools. So I sit on that with the jean skirt on, honey. And okay, y'all. I don't know what happened to my second clip, so I have to re-record this section. This story time just will not let me be great. Okay, so I got to the precinct. He took me to the back. He finally gave me my charges and told me what I was under arrest for, which was 1 felony count of theft. And I was like, theft? So he was like, well, do you wish to speak with us right now? And I was like, you motherfucking right ho. Yeah, I want to speak with y'all. With you. So he was like, okay, well, you can give me your statement. And I was like, this is a mistake. I've never stolen anything in my life. Which was all true. I've never stolen anything in my life, but he didn't want to hear that shit. He didn't want to hear that shit. He wanted to hear about the incident. But I was like, I've never stolen anything in my life. You can ask my family. Like, girl, I was giving it all to him I was giving it all to him. So I was like, he said, well, I said, well, what did I supposedly steal? And he was like, the waitress's purse. Yes, the racist waitress told these people that, listen to this, y'all. She told the motherfuckers that whoever paid the bill was the person who stole her purse. She didn't have no physical description of me. She didn't say, the girl in the purple shirt. She didn't say nothing. I guess because it was 6 bitches at a table, 6 niggas at a table. All niggas look alike. So she didn't even have a description of me. Whoever used their card to pay is the person who stole my stuff. I'm like, sir, that makes no sense. And back then, our parents, me and my sister lived together, and our parents paid our rent. So my checks was mine. There was no reason why, I had money to spend. I had to pay like little bills or whatever, but me and my sister split that. So yeah, I had some money. Why would I said, sir, why would I pay $400? The bill was $368 and some change. I said, why would I pay $400 for a meal and then turn around and steal $112 purse? That makes 0 sense. Like, why would I do that? And when I tell y'all, they ticked the fuck out of that purse so they could add up to a felony. The purse was worth $112. She had chapstick on there. She had lipstick on there. She had, I think, like $7 in cash on there. If they could have charged me for the fucking stitching on the purse, they would have. They charged me for every single thing in that purse, around that purse, the keychain on the key ring. Like, they charged everything so it could get up to $350 so it could be a felony. So I was like, I never got up from the table. How could I have stolen her purse? How would I have even known that it was her purse? So he says, oh, we have video of you getting up from the table and going to the bathroom and then the whole party leaving. So immediately when he said going to the bathroom, I immediately knew who it was. It was only one person who got up from the table. So I immediately knew who it was. I'm not going to do your job for you. All I can tell you is I didn't do it. Who did it? That's for you to figure out. Who did it is for you to figure out. I'm telling you, I didn't do it. So he was like, okay, was that the whole statement that you're going to make? I was like, I really want you to put down there that I didn't do it. Make sure that's written down. Make sure you got that, nigga. So he was like, okay. So I said, all right. So I'm thinking, okay, damn, that was quicker than I thought. I'm going to make it to work back by 2. That's cool. He said, stand up and put your hands in front of you. For what? Again, for what, dog? Like, you ain't hear me say I ain't do it? Like, what are you talking about? This is over. I told you I didn't do it. What are you talking about? So he like, put your hands in front of you. I put my hands in front of me. He cuffs me again. Then he draws a shackle. So just imagine a shackle with cuffs around my ankle with these motherfucking high heel white heels on with the cork heel, bitch. And a jean skirt being shackled. Like, girl. Child. But they did it. They shackled me. And he led me on out, honey. So on the way out, he saw Tina and my sister. And he was like, we're going to take her to 7 Locks. We're going to take her to 7 Locks jail in Bethesda. Or I think it was in Bethesda. We're going to take her there. And she's going to be processed there. So she asked him, she was like, well, she didn't do this. Tina was like, she didn't do this. So do you believe her? That man would look dead at her and was like, no, I believe she did it. Nigga, you didn't hear me all those times I said I didn't do it? Didn't matter, girl. He wasn't believing nothing. So they went on and pushed my head down in the car. And I went on off. And see, this is why I said I don't know why he did that shit, because bitch, you knew you was gonna lock me up. So why you tell my family to wait? Whatever. So the whole ride, I'm playing back everything in my mind. I'm like, okay, so that's why we went to the liquor store. We was using the cards to see which cards was working, which ones wasn't. Okay. And we was gonna further use those cards to order something to get shipped to my house. All right. Yep. Okay. So yeah, that pretty much, I don't need to see no video. Although I did see the video and it confirmed who we all know did it, but that was just the play. I just was playing everything back in my mind.